My name's Eli Delaney, and I have the honor of meeting some pretty cool people. These are the entrepreneurs, the artists, the creatives, the game changers that are making a positive impact in the people that they meet. And I'm a firm believer that the people that you meet can get you anywhere you want to go. And this show is my way of sharing them with you. It's my way of also helping you meet cool people. All right, welcome back to Meet Cool People. Eli here, and today I want to talk about temperance. This is a stoic virtue, but I want to talk about how it relates to business. And I think we're at a really important time where this stuff is more critical than anything else, which is slowing down. Technology is moving so fast, and especially, right now everybody's on the AI buzz. And people are jumping on board to so many things so fast. And I'm noticing that we're already getting some pushback on a lot of it because people are making rash, quick decisions before they stop and actually think through things. And when we're talking about temperance, we're talking about, there's a lot of different ways we can look at it. And I'll look at it from the business perspective, which is you don't have to run at 1,000,000 miles an hour all the time. There's a great quote by Benjamin Franklin. He that can have patience can have what he will. And that was a great quote I liked it because of the fact that it made me stop and think about what we are dealing with right now in the world. And so many people are running so fast that they're looking for the big win without stopping and looking at the consequences, looking at the long term. And so when we're in business, this is something that we need to be doing. We need to actually pay attention to it. This is where the discipline to slow down on purpose is a good thing. Stop and think about things. And temperance helps kind of flip the script on that whole process, because most founders were looking for what's fast. How can we scale fast? How can we grow fast? We want to grow our business as fast as possible. And there's validity to that. There's nothing wrong with that in itself. But a lot of times when we move too fast and make decisions too fast, we make poor decisions, and we realize that those are not the best decisions. And a lot of times if we had slowed down a little bit, it's not a matter of just being able to pivot a little bit. Those things can actually completely crush a business. And so we need to stop and think things through sometimes. Learn to say no. Learn to say, wait a minute, what are the consequences of this? And this is where temperance comes into play in our lives, but more importantly in our businesses, what we're doing with this. What are we doing to stop and go, wait a minute, what are the repercussions of this action if we do it? And get other opinions. If you have a team working for you, ask that. If you have a mastermind that you work with, get it to them. If you have a few businesses that business mentors you work with, approach them and ask them to ask you the hard questions. Does this make sense? Should I be doing this? What are the possible negatives that could happen with this? When it comes to adoption of the latest technology, and I'm using that as the example because it's so prevalent right now. I have always been not a late adopter, but a slow adopter. I'm not a big fan. If somebody says, hey, we have a beta program coming out, do you want to be part of it? The answer is usually no. I want to wait till they work the bugs out, because I don't want to be the guinea pig where everything falls apart. And I do the same thing with my business. The decisions that I make generally are things that I ponder. I think about them. I want to make sure what's the good, what's the bad, what's the consequences, what's the upside and what's the downside. And we are in a place, and I noticed this, I had this conversation with several people about a couple of different things. And I don't remember specifically what it was, but it's come up a few times in the last couple of weeks about when, I remember one of them. There was a couple different things, but one of them specifically is like Zoom. Zoom software that we use all the time, every day. I know I do anyway. They keep making it quote unquote better. And most of the time I despise the changes that they make. it's more complicated. It adds more stuff. It moves things around where now I have to figure out where they are every time I get on a call. Um, and it's not a matter of, hey, don't change my thing. It's a matter of, is this really important to do that? Is it actually helping speed up the process? There's a few things that they've done that now has actually slowed down my process. I have to take extra steps to do these things when before it was like 1 click and now it's 5 clicks. Well, that's not efficiency. We don't want that. And if I have something that, as an example, I don't want the recording to automatically record every single time. I want to be able to pick and choose. They made that change because they wanted to implement new AI stuff. And next thing I know, all of a sudden I'm out of space on my Zoom account when I shouldn't have been. And I had to go hunt down where that spot was to change the setting because they hide it and it's not easy to find. It's like, are we making progress because we should be making progress, or we're making progress for the point of making progress, or we're doing it because it's actually true progress? It's actually changing. There's another business that's actually a really good example of to do this right. Some people love them, some people hate them, but In-N-Out Burger, they have had the same short menu for decades. It's a simple menu. I can get in there and I know exactly what I want in 0 time. And that place is packed almost all the time that I go in there. Now, I can qualify the fact that I don't go in very often, but when I do, they're usually pretty busy. And I've done this in multiple states. But I love it because it's so simple. I know exactly what my options are very, very quickly. And if somebody's brand new and they've never had In-N-Out before, they can make a decision very quickly. The thing that drives me nuts, especially if I go through the drive-thru, I can't find what I'm looking for because they have 552 things on the menu. I'm like, I don't need that many. Give me 5, 10, give me 10, not 100, right? And the cool thing about it is there are certain businesses, and In-N-Out being a great example of that, they literally have grown that business and expanded really well, not insanely fast, which we've seen that happen. And usually it backfires on a lot of businesses. They expand too fast and then they have to start shutting stores down. I've seen that with multiple businesses out there, but they've done a really good job of growing the company to multiple states, multiple locations, but they do it very strategically. They think through things. And I think this is something that we all should be spending more time on. Think about the possibilities from a standpoint, is this good? Adopting this technology, is it good? Is this expansion good? Is this new hire good? What are the pluses? What are the negatives? Think through it first. Think through the options first. And then sleep on it for a day or two before you make the decision. There's a phrase out there that I kind of sort of agree with, but I don't completely, which is success loves speed. And to some degree, I think that is valid. It's like you can't hum and haw over things for months or years, but give it 48 hours because that could be the life or death difference to your business if you just stop and think about it. Slow down a little bit. Show some temperance. Hopefully that's helpful. There's something that was just on my mind and I wanted to share that today. So let me know what you think. Hopefully this gives you something to think about as well. If you've got any questions, reach out, let me know. And definitely if there's anything I can do to help you out, get out there, have an awesome day, and let me know how you are doing. Take care. And that wraps up another Meet Cool People show. Now, if you like what you heard, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, or review so I can help introduce these amazing cool people to even more amazing cool people. And just remember, meeting cool people is just the beginning. You need to have a system in place to follow up with the amazing people that you meet. This is exactly what we do for our clients. Now, if you'd like to see if my team and I can help you, go to convertmoreclientsnow.com and check out the case study video to see exactly how we're helping our clients turn casual connections into cash clients for life. Again, go to convertmoreclientsnow.com and see how we can work together to turn you into a follow-up rock star.